The Battle of Rumaila, also known as the Battle of the Causeway or the Battle of the Junkyard, was a controversial engagement that took place on March 2, 1991, near the Rumaila oil field in the Euphrates Valley of southern Iraq, when the U.S. Army forces, mostly the 24th Infantry Division under Lt.Gen.Barry McCaffrey, engaged and nearly annihilated a large column of withdrawing Iraqi Republican Guard armored forces during the immediate aftermath of the Gulf War. Prior actions to Rumaila. On the 26th of February, the 24th Infantry Division advanced through the valley and captured Iraqi airfields at Jabba and Talal. At the airfields, it encountered entrenched resistance from the Iraqi 37th and 49th Infantry Divisions, as well as the 6th Nebuchadnezzar Mechanized Division of the Iraqi Republican Guard. Despite some of the most fierce resistance of the war, the 24th Infantry Division destroyed the Iraqi formations and captured the two airfields the next day. The 24th then moved east with 7th Corps and engaged several Iraqi Republican Guard divisions. The 24th Infantry Division's Task Force Duska attacked entrenched Iraqi forces on the 26th of February 1991 to seize Battle Position 143, effectively severing the Iraqi Euphrates River Valley line of communication to the Kuwait theater of operation and destroying the major combat elements of the Iraqi Republican Guard Forces Command's elite 26th Commando Brigade. Battle of Rumaila. Iraqi Republican Guard forces were engaged within the Hama marshes of the Tigris-Euphrates River system in Iraq while attempting to reach and cross the Lake Hama Causeway and escape northward toward Baghdad. Most of the 5-mile-long Iraqi caravan of several hundred vehicles was first boxed into a kill zone and then, in the course of the next 5 hours, systematically devastated by the U.S. 24th Infantry Division, including its armored forces, by R-64 Apache attack helicopters, and 5 artillery battalions. The 1st BN 24th Aviation Reg destroyed 32 Iraqi tanks, 49 BMPs, 37 trucks, 8 Frog missile launchers, numerous other assorted artillery pieces, anti-aircraft guns, and support vehicles. This devastating aerial attack assured the destruction of the Republican Guard Forces Hammurabi Division and the remnants of several other infantry divisions. 4 companies within 1st Battalion, 24th Aviation Regiment would be awarded Valorous Unit Award citations. McCaffrey reported the elimination of 187 armored vehicles, 43 artillery pieces, and over 400 trucks. The battle was one-sided and Iraqi attempts to return fire proved to be almost completely ineffective, as during the engagement only one U.S. soldier was injured and 2 U.S. armored vehicles were lost. A bus with women and children was also reportedly destroyed, which later troubled many U.S. soldiers. Surviving Iraqi soldiers were either taken prisoner, fled on foot, or swam to safety. Battle of Rumaila controversy. The all-out attack on the Iraqi column, sparked by Iraqis opening fire on the U.S. patrol which had wandered into the path of retreat, took place 2 days after the war had been officially halted by a unilateral U.S. ceasefire and just as the Iraqi government and coalition forces were scheduled to begin formal peace talks the next morning. These circumstances provoked a heated debate over whether McCaffrey was justified in his decision to destroy the column, and over the reason the 24th Division moved during the ceasefire into the path of the withdrawing Iraqis in the first place. U.S. Lt.Gen. Ronald H. Griffith said to investigative journalist Seymour Hersh, "It was just a bunch of tanks in a train, transported by trailer truck, and Barry McCaffrey made it a battle." He made it a battle when it was never won. Quote, however, McCaffrey was exonerated by an Army inquiry, and an inquiry by the U.S. Congress also did not find any fault in the incident. Summary. By the end of combat operations, the 24th Infantry Division advanced 260 miles and destroyed 360 tanks and other armored personnel carriers, 300 artillery pieces, 1,200 trucks, 25 aircraft, 19 missiles, and over 500 pieces of engineer equipment. The division took over 5,000 Iraqi prisoners of war while suffering only 8 killed, 36 wounded, and 5 non-combat casualties. The 24th Infantry Division's Task Force Tusker would be awarded a Valorous Unit Award for its efforts. Task Force Tusker Valorous Unit Award citation. For extraordinary heroism while engaged in military action against Iraqi ground forces on the 26th of February 1991 and again on the 2nd of March 1991. Consisting of Headquarters and Headquarters Company, Company A and Company C of the 4th Battalion, 64th Armor Regiment, Company A of the 2D Battalion, 7th Infantry Regiment, the 3D Platoon of Battery A of the 1st Battalion, 5th Air Defense Artillery Regiment, and Company A of the 5th Engineer Battalion. Task Force Tusker attacked entrenched Iraqi forces on the 26th of February 1991 to seize Battle Position 143, effectively severing the Iraqi Euphrates River Valley line of communication to the Kuwait theater of operation and destroying the major combat elements. The Republican Guards Forces commands Elite 26th Commando Brigade. Later, on the 2nd of March 1991, while serving as the 1st Brigade's reserve force in defensive positions astride Highway 8, east of Basra, Task Force Tusker attacked into the enemy formations, and in doing so, completed the destruction of the Hammurabi Division and the remnants of several other Republican Guards Forces command divisions. Task Force Tusker's extraordinary gallantry and valor in 2 key combat actions contributed significantly to the success of the 24th Infantry Division's offensive operations in Iraq. Task Force Tusker units cited: Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 4th Battalion, 64th Armor Regiment, 3D Platoon, Battery A, 2 Stone Battalion, 5th Air Defense Artillery Regiment, Company A, 2D Battalion, 7th Infantry Regiment, Company A, 4th Battalion, 64th Armor Regiment, Company A, 5th Engineer Battalion, Company C, 3D Battalion, 7th Infantry Regiment, Company C, 4th Battalion, 64th Armor Regiment. Fire Support Teams, 1st Battalion, 41st Field Artillery Regiment, Tactical Air Control Party, Detachment 3507th Tactical Air Control Wing, U.S. Air Force, 1st Battalion, 24th Aviation Regiment Valorous Unit Awards citation. For extraordinary heroism while engaged in military action against Iraqi ground forces in the Rumaila oil fields on the 2nd of March 1991. Consisting of Headquarters and Service Company, and Companies A, B, C, D. The attack battalion responded with swiftness and determination to reports that a large armored enemy force was approaching the 24th Infantry Division's security zone from the east, quickly coordinating an engagement area with the responsible ground commander. The attack battalion established a battle position to the northwest of the oil fields, effectively cutting the enemy's escape route across the Hammer Causeway. Rotating attack helicopter companies into the battle position, enemy forces were engaged with 30mm cannon fire, 2.75-inch rockets, and Hellfire missiles. This devastating application of firepower set the conditions for a swift and decisive counterattack by armored ground forces. During the ground counterattack, the attack helicopters, in conjunction with a small ground element, protected the southeastern flank of the counterattack force by sealing the battlefield from other Iraqi forces in the area. Within hours, the attack battalion destroyed 32 Iraqi tanks, 49 BMPs, 37 trucks, 8 Frog missile launchers, numerous other assorted artillery pieces, anti-aircraft guns, and support vehicles. This devastating aerial attack assured the destruction of the Republican Guard forces' Hammurabi Division and the remnants of several other infantry divisions. 1st Battalion, 24th Aviation Regiment units cited. Headquarters Service Company, 1st Battalion, 24th Aviation Regiment, Company A, 1st Battalion, 24th Aviation Regiment, Company B, 1st Battalion, 24th Aviation Regiment, Company C, 1st Battalion, 24th Aviation Regiment, Company D, 1st Battalion, 24th Aviation Regiment.